one of the most difficult things about depression, apart from being depressed, is the guilt that comes along with it. There is currently a war going on, as everyone knows, and I think it's easy for people who don't understand depression to say, oh, when you look at that, or when you look at these Ukrainian refugees and you look at your own life, you'll feel so grateful and happy, and then you'll stop being depressed. Unfortunately, depression doesn't work like that. I look at the news every day, and I know I'm supposed to be grateful that I'm not in that situation right now, that I don't have to flee from my home, that I don't have to be separated from my family, that I don't have to worry about life or death or fight for my country. But it doesn't help, compare it when it comes to sadness. I feel like comparison doesn't take that away, if that makes sense. Looking at other people, seeing other people in a worse state than you are, doesn't make you feel happier about your own life. And it's hard to explain why, but I guess that's what depression is. And I feel guilty about not being able to become, quote unquote, grateful and snap out of it just from witnessing other people's misery. And even if other people don't judge me about this, I judge myself for this. So it's kind of like you have your own guilt piled with the your own guilt, and this guilt that other people sometimes put on you when you tell them about your depression. I mean, the people who don't understand it and think you can just snap out of it. So it's difficult, but if there's one thing I've learned about guilt, is that the less you talk about it, the more the guilt weighs on you. And I didn't really want to upload this or talk about this, but from my own experience, every time I talk more about what makes me guilty or what makes me depressed, it alleviates the pressure and alleviates the guilt. And so it's probably healthier for me to put it out there. So even though this audio is not perfect and I'm stumbling over my words a lot, I'm not sure how many people will hear it, how coherent this all is, but I suppose it's a good document of my journey through all of this. And that's how I've been feeling recently. If you've ever experienced this, guilt on top of mental illness, I hope you can hang in there. And I know how you feel. And we don't have to compare each other's misery. I just hope that we will eventually get the strength to make it through.